Welcome to the Igniting Truth podcast, where we
bring
the
fire.
Andrew, I can tell you, even in this week, in this day, in this moment, I know that I have opportunities that I'm struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where you don't know what you're made of until you really have to count the moments of how to get by.
Yeah.
Our quote that we came up with on the board was, adversity cannot find the worst in me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to have that Heisman Trophy stiff to everything that's negative and compartmentalize.
It's
what I
hard.
mean by that is you have to make sure you break up everything in its prospective location.
Mm-hmm.
I have a son that's going through eye surgery coming up on Monday. I've got 3 businesses that I'm running simultaneously. I got a call last night of someone that can't come in for a few shifts. There are all of these things that are happening. And if I put them all in one bucket,
You go crazy. You're going to go crazy.
I might say something that rhymes with bucket. It starts with F, right?
Absolutely.
But I know that in everything that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whether it's personal situations as well,
Yeah.
that come from stinking thinking,
Yeah.
I know that I have to find a way, like Tupac said, be the rose that grows from concrete.
Yeah.
You got to find that one crack. You got to find that one
Find
moment
that no way out of nowhere. That
where
light at the
you
end of the tunnel.
have that moment that you're in it to win it.
Absolutely.
You've got to find that
You
crack.
can't quit. You can
can't
outwork.
quit.
You can
Exactly.
outwork. And that's honestly what I do. I've gone through you know what I've been going through with my business, how much money that I lost. Like, there's no way I should be in business right now. I mean, we're talking about losing 1.4 million last year. Man, there's days I've called you up, been stinking out of my mind, where most of the time I've been able to separate that positive, negative mindset and choose the positive. But I mean, even I get broken down. And I think that's why it's important that we have each other, because we can communicate. I can call you and be like, yo, dude, this is just how I'm feeling. Like, I am like depressed right now, or, you know, this is just how I'm feeling. You know, I'm just so down right now.
Individuals that are going to be there to help you make it to that next moment, if not minute. If you can't really focus on the days, focus on the hours. If the hours are too sour, focus on the minute.
Minutes, yeah.
If the minutes are too hard, go to the moment that you can own it, right? I have a saying, don't let defeat stop the feat. You got to keep on going no matter what.
No matter how
Because
hard
when you keep on
is.
going, you keep on growing. And that is just as simple as it can be. There is no one that gets stronger by lifting weaker weights.
Absolutely.
You have to push yourself past what you can't even push easy.
Fathom. If I was dealing with all this like 5 years ago, I told you you're out of your mind. Like, there's no way somebody can handle what I'm going through. There's no way someone can handle what you were going through.
Yeah.
There's a saying that I love. It's called, for every level, there's another devil. That means every time you upgrade your life, you're just going to upgrade your problems too. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something else that's going to help us and grow us stronger so we can upgrade that next level. And it's life. There's always going to be challenges and problems, situations to overcome. Let's keep upgrading our life. If we upgrade our problems, that means we upgrade our life. You know, 5 years ago, if my business had lost that kind of money, I wouldn't still be sitting here. So,
Yeah. Really, the thing is that we want to make sure that every viewer that is looking at this knows that even in the moments we had today, we didn't get started till hours later because we were dealing
11 p.m. We're recording this.
And we got here at 6, 7, 8. But guess what? Without the people behind the scenes would not go on.
Absolutely.
So the things that we're doing behind the scenes to make this happen in the moments and the minutes that you're looking at took hours of being able to go through situations that we had to be able to get past. But this is the thing. This is what happens. I look at life as a hurdling race. With a hurdle, you don't meet it head on. You got to get over it. And that's what happens with the negative situations in life.
Yep.
You can't meet them head on, because if you meet a hurdle head on, you're going to fall over.
Absolutely.
Right? You're going to knock that hurdle over and you're going to fall down and you're going to lose points in the race. You have to get up over it to actually get over it.
And sometimes we're going to fall. And it's just a matter of, when we fall, just get back up and try again. That's my bit. I call it failing forward. Like,
that's it.
I can't tell you the amount of failures I've had in my life, but they're not failures. They weren't ultimately failures because I took something to learn from them, and I'm still here. I'm still running things that are very successful. I've gone very far just because I just kept getting back up. I think the big thing for our audience here, for you guys, is that, one thing we want to know that we're human. We deal with stuff and problems just like everybody else. And we want to show you guys a new way of handling them. That just because we fall down, just we have failure, struggle, we don't have to get up. And there's ways to manipulate our mindset and change that mindset to a more positive thought so we can keep getting back up, keep rolling forward. And we're just,
Absolutely. I've said it before. I think we were in a meeting for the chamber one time, and I said, I fail versus I fail. And you got to know when you need to get up instead of giving up.
Absolutely. And that's sometimes some of the hardest things, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. Now, I don't know any other way.
Yeah.
I don't know other way.
But you're not going to be perfect. But you damn sure better be worth it, right?
Yeah.
So it's about making sure that you find that understanding in yourself and making sure, because sometimes we psych ourselves out because we expect perfection. But I always say practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent, right? So when we're practicing the right things, we're going to get the right solutions in anything that we face, right? But you cannot give up. You have to
never
get up.
Always move forward.
That's it.
One thing about me, and I'm a little bit on the crazy side, but I'm going to leave life, and I think you know this, I want to leave life crawling out of it, not walking out of it, crawling, because I gave life everything I had. Life is, I think it's short, to be honest. And I think there's so many opportunities that each individual person has on this planet. And all we have to do is go out there and grasp them. And going in that way in life and experiencing new things, going after our dreams, our vision. It's not an easy life.
Not at all.
But it's a very rewarding life. And it's amazing how much change can happen in just a week, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. And, even in just a few years from now.
Absolutely. If there's one thing we want everyone to take from this podcast today, what would you say it would be?
Never give up. I'll be honest. That's my life motto. Logically speaking, there's been many times where it's been completely logical and nobody would have blamed me for just throwing in the towel and saying I'm done. Nobody would have blamed me, but I didn't. And that's not me. Just never give up. Figure out who you are, what you enjoy, what you're passionate about, and go after that full speed at 120, not even 100, 120 beast mode. Because we just stay hungry. It's a big part of that is staying hungry. You're like that lion. I don't know. I think you know who Eric Thomas is. I love Eric Thomas. He talks about the lion and the gazelle. That lion is always hungry. He's chasing that gazelle, but that gazelle needs something to motivate them.
Mm-hmm.
He needs that lion chasing them before he starts running. So instead, let's start being lions, and we are going to consistently stay hungry, because guess what? If we don't keep staying hungry and pursuing what we're passionate about, what we want to do, what we want to accomplish in life, making the world a better place, leaving our legacy, if we don't stay hungry about chasing, pursuing that, well, we're going to starve. And I don't like starving. Plus, life gets boring, at least in my opinion, when you're not always pushing forward.
For me, it's it. If you have breath, you haven't met death.
Absolutely.
If you have the opportunity to plant a seed, you have to believe you have the power to be not a seed, but a tree. If you have breath, you haven't met death.
Yeah.
So keep going.
I love what you said about the tree. I love what you say about the tree, because, we start a seed, boom, and we're a little sapling, and we grow into tree. And I'll be honest, sometimes we have to get pruned a little bit, and it hurts.
Yeah, absolutely. You with your landscaping business.
Yeah, but we going to keep on growing.
That quote really hit home, didn't it?
But we got it. So pruning is a lot of times, sometimes it's healthy. Because, sometimes removing stuff and those more challenges to overcome is actually going to help us grow even more fruit and become a bigger, better, healthier tree. Yeah.
Yep. Get rid of the dead weight.
Always.
And that's it. Trim it up. This has been the Igniting Truth podcast, where we look to motivate you to understand that your adversity will not get the worst of who you are. We appreciate you tuning in. And as always, we bring the fire.
Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment. Tell us how you're overcoming adversity in your life. If you're listening to this, leave us a review. We love to hear how we're doing and what things you might want to hear about in upcoming podcasts. Again, thank you for tuning in.
Strike your match and ignite your truth.
Let's get it.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the episode. For more content like this, or to begin your own podcasting journey, head on over to obsidian-productions.com.